Good morning. This is Mike Crow with Coach Blueprint, and this is Driving Inspector Success, episode number 21. uh, Today is an important day. Yesterday was so busy, so busy. I'm sure in your world, as in mine, people will tell you they'll do something, and then they don't do it. It's kind of exasperating. We had a hotel all lined up for our Mission 25, and we had agreements and everything, and then they sent us the deal to sign a couple of weeks ago, and they changed a critical piece of it. They're going, oh yeah, you can come in the day before and set up. In fact, they had told us, oh yeah, you can have the whole day. It's Sunday. Nobody really needs that space. Well, it turns out, evidently, they rented the space out on Sunday, and now they're going, oh, yeah, you can have access today, but you won't get it until 10 p.m. 10 p.m. And they expect us to set up the kind of show that we do and then be ready, to go at 7 a.m. in the morning. We would have had to have been there all night, and people would have been exhausted and everything for the show. So we had been looking for a new place to get this done. I've even had to do something I've never done before, and kind of glad I did it. I hired a specialist to start hunting down hotels and meeting spaces. And yesterday, Krista and I went and visited some more spaces. We've been visiting spaces all week long, trying to figure out, how to get this redone. I think we found an incredible space tomorrow. Or yesterday, and incredible space yesterday. And so we are now putting the paperwork together on that. Let's see if they change anything. It reminds me of, as a home inspector, hey, we scheduled an inspection and we called and we went out to the house and we stood there and we waited and we walked around the house. We maybe even walked the roof, and then it came time for people to be there and everything, and nobody shows up, right? You start calling people, they go, oh, we canceled that yesterday. No, they didn't. Maybe they canceled it in their brain. Maybe they told their husband they canceled it, but they didn't cancel it. And here we sit, with egg on our face. So one of the things that we did on these type of situations, one of the very first things we did, and this was not standard practice 30 years ago, okay? It's standard practice almost for everybody now, and if it's not for you, then maybe it should be. So when we schedule an inspection for somebody, we tell them we're going to call your real estate agent and make sure that we can have access to the house and everything. And that has worked out incredibly well to help eliminate a lot of that. I have actually gotten out to a house when I was an inspector going out on inspections and stood there with the buyer, and they went, oh, I thought you were going to call the agent. And I realized, you know what? I probably should have. And so we started doing that. And everybody thought I was crazy. Everybody thought I was crazy. What? That's their job. You don't call, the agent. Yeah, of course we do. And the first couple of times we did it, the agent went, you're calling me because my buyer is scheduled and you're trying to make... Oh my gosh, I love you guys. And we immediately realized, this is like one of the best things we've ever done. So we do day before calls, right? Trying to make sure we still have access, trying to make sure somebody hasn't canceled the inspection. And then, of course, we do day after calls. So we call those DBC, day before calls, and DAC, day after calls. And there's a whole process of day after calls. One of the things I like to tell people is if they call us, we lose. And by the way, some of you have been reaching out to me, and I just want you to know, thank you, about Mike, where's the hotel? I'm trying to get reservations, but I don't know. And I want you to know, I feel it. I am so sorry. And here I am telling you, we're going to get this fixed, okay? But we are working our way through it, and it is challenging, to say the least, and frustrating. A couple of things. One, we are getting almost to capacity on Mission 25, especially since we're changing directions. We had a room we thought would sit about 200 people, and so this room's going to hold a little bit less. It's going to be a great facility, incredible facility. However, this room's going to hold a little bit less. And so what we want to try to do is get you signed up now. Get you signed up now. The word is getting out that we are back running, and having a lot of fun with this. And so you want to go out to homeinspectormission.com and get signed up for that. Now, if you want the deal of a lifetime, I am doing a webinar tonight. In fact, I'm doing them every Wednesday night till the end of February. And so go out to coachblueprint.com/Zoom, coachblueprint.com/Zoom, and come on the call tonight. I am going to teach about 7 things that will just absolutely change your whole perspective on how to market your home inspection business and things you need to do to build your business to that next level. I'm going to show you how to be around successful people and be able to just really start figuring out some of the things that you probably knew, but you kind of went, well, I'm not sure that's true. Well, we're going to show you that it's true and that you can do a lot of things with it. You know, I think one of the things that bothers me more than anything, I'm headed to go visit my dad this morning. Most of you know he had a stroke a little over 8 months ago, and he's struggling. And so every day I go see my dad, and I try to take him to lunch. Physically, he's fine. Emotionally, he is just not a happy camper, and I could tell you so many stories there. On the other hand, I want you to know that both him and I realize that this time that we have together is such a blessing. It's such a blessing because we get to talk about what we've done in the past and how we've done things. And, I get some stories out of him that I had forgotten or I didn't know. It's a pretty cool thing. The other side of this is that, most people waste their time. I could be listening to music this morning on the way there. I could be doing all kinds of silly things. And that's what the 95% do, right? They take their time getting stuff done, and then they wonder why they don't have time to do something important. I'm running across people out there that are doing this all the time, and I want you to know it's kind of a shame to see people waste their time. Hey, I see Austin is on the call. Hey, Austin, thank you very much. And by the way, guys, you don't know this, but I'm asking Austin to put a presentation together for me so that you'll be able to see one of the ways to build your future and your family's future at Mission 25. So Austin, thank you very much, my dude. I appreciate it. And by the way, Jim Caulfield continually comes out and is on these calls. Jim Caulfield is doing something totally amazing in our industry, and he's taking some things to the whole next level. He's going to be at Mission 25 and doing some speaking there. He sent me his presentation the other day. Jim, I'm still reviewing it and looking at it and trying to get some things done. You know what? I see more people on the call here in the mornings. Maybe I need to start doing these Facebook Lives in the morning. Anyway, so time is one of those things. And people like to tell you, oh, everybody has the same amount of time. And I'm going to tell you, it's a lie. It's a lie. Oh, boy, I almost said a bad word. Okay. It's a lie. Okay. We all maybe, if we're lucky, have the same time on Earth. Okay. However, we do not have the same amount of time. Because of the way I built my life, I'm 65 years old now, but because of the way I built my life, I get to go do whatever I want with my time. Even Krista the other day, we were sitting there and she was saying, Dad, I need to ask you a question. And I went, okay. She said, is this the way you want to spend the rest of your life? And, I thought about it for a little bit. And it's one of the things I've been thinking about a lot, especially watching my dad, who's 84 now, going through what he's going through. And I said, what I want to do with the rest of my life is make sure that I can help as many people as possible, also be successful, and be able to help other people. My goal right now is to help 100 people that will go help 100 people, okay? My original goal was to help 100 people build $1 million company. We did that years ago. And by the way, we're still doing that. I had somebody yesterday tell me again, hey, Mike, I want to let you know after your coaching everything, I set my business up and we have been running $1 million company now for years. And I went, wow. And I didn't even know about that person. So how many people can you help? I was watching, there's this guy, and I posted a couple on my Facebook, but there's this guy I love, How Do Millionaires Think? And they don't really understand how millionaires think. 95% of people, they don't ever think they'll be one, and they don't want to think like that because they think it's bad. No. One of the coolest thing about people that have money, because the more money we make, the more people we can help. Don't ever forget that. The more money you make, the more people you can help. And I'm going to tell you another secret. The more money you make, the more time you'll have to help people. And so one of the things he said was, how much time do you have left? And he showed the screen here, and he said, let's assume that you live till age 90. Now, I'm going to tell you, I think that is a big assumption. I don't know very many people past 90. We had an employee, her name was Betty. I loved her. We celebrated her 90th birthday in the office. She's no longer here with us, okay? And, maybe you'll live till 90, but the law of averages says you won't, okay? And I will tell you, one of the things I'm watching is the level of quality of life we have after 80. That's 15 years from me. That's 15 years from now, I'll be 80. And what will my quality of life be? Will it be what I have right now? Will I still be able to drive? Will I still be able to travel? Will I still be able to, go walk around and do stuff? Maybe not, So how much time do you have left? And one of the things that he pointed out, and it was either in that video or another one, was how small things each day could literally change your life. Small things each day could literally change your life. I can't wait for you to hear what Austin's going to be talking about at Mission 25, because it's one of those small things that I'm doing now that's changing my whole future, and not just my future, but the future of my entire family. I had the chance to be on a radio show yesterday, and we had a great talk with the host and everything about some of the things that we could do and get done in our family. And, my dad's favorite saying when I was helping him and a lot of things was, well, son, you'll understand better in 20 years. By the way, he's still saying that. You'll understand better in 20 years. That means I'll be 85, okay? So at 85, I'll understand better what he's going through right now. My whole life, he's been saying that to me since I was like 20-something. So I started thinking 20 years ahead. When I was 30, I went, what will my life look like at 50? When I was 40, what will my life look like when I'm 60? And I'm here now. And I will tell you, I have an amazing life. I have an amazing wife, Susan, who just does my heart and my family so proud. I'm just blown away by her. By the way, there's a good chance she'll be speaking at Mission 25 as well on the importance of family and everything. So what are you going to do with the time that you have? You're going to listen to the music, or are you going to study something important? Are you going to start putting a little bit of money every day away to help you grow a future? I was talking yesterday, and the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, I didn't discover that book until I got out of college. Oh, I was so mad. Nobody had shown me that book sooner. By the way, I have a whole list, of required reading for my kids. I used to say the top 10 books. Then I asked my kids to start listing off the books. Turns out it's like 27 of them, okay? And by the way, I'm still adding to the list of what I study and read every day. And even Susan said, hey, Mike, you should listen to this book on the way there. I did. It was an incredible book. I'll probably talk about it some out there. There's a lot of stuff going out in the world. Let me just give you a few examples of little things you could do right now that could be life-changing. Here's one. If you saved, and I was told this, I need to do the math. Maybe you could do the math for me. Tell me if it's right or wrong, okay? Austin, tell me if it's right or wrong in the comments later, okay? If you save $27 a day, at the end of the year, you'll have $10,000. I think that's true. I think that's true. I think it's absolutely true. $27 a day, and people spend that kind of money on all kinds of other stuff. Now, maybe you can't save that much, but you could save something. By the way, they call that DCA, dollar cost averaging. So every day I put money into something that will feed the future of my family. All right? Here's another one. If you did 10,000 steps a day, and I've been talking about this for a long stuff, so it goes with one of my high five, fitness. So if you did 10,000 steps a day, that would be like 70 marathons in a year, okay? A mind-boggling, right? Here's another one that just blows my ever-loving mind. If you will read just 20 pages per day, everybody could do that, right? 20 pages per day, you will have read 30 books per year. 30 books, okay? The average person just doesn't think about that, and they think they have to take giant leaps. And by the way, for you that can take giant leaps, which I have done many times, okay, I call it leapfrog. I don't go from A to B to C to D. I go from A to D. And of course, the 95% will go, oh, you're going to mess up by not doing something in B and C that you're supposed to be doing. Well, if I do, I go back and I fix it and I keep moving forward. But this is the problem with the 95%. They think you have to take baby steps. They think you have to take 1% steps. I take 10% steps. And I want you to know you can too. A couple of big ways you can do this is go to homeinspectormission.com. Get signed up for Mission 25. We are going to lay it to waste. I mean, we are going to tell you things that the world doesn't want you to know, that the inspector industry doesn't want you to know, that you can do, that will absolutely take your business to a whole new level, okay? I'm kind of excited this morning. Maybe I should do these in the morning more often. I got a little more energy. It's one of the reasons I do my coaching calls in the morning. And if you want to find out some things tonight, go to coachblueprint.com/Zoom and then join us on that call. It is going to be eye-opening, and we are going to teach you a number of secrets now, and then we're going to tell you the best way to go from A to D instead of just going from A, B, C, D. Now, hey, I know the world has taught you to go A, B, C, D, and if that's what you have to do, if that's what you need to do, that's okay. I'm not going anywhere, not anytime soon. Like I told Krista, I want to help as many people as I can before I finish up. You know, let me help one more. Let me help one more person be able to have the kind of life I have. Me and Susan went on a date night last night. It was so awesome, okay? I took her to a steakhouse, and all we ate, at our age, we don't eat as much. All we ate was appetizers, right? It was incredibly affordable, by the way, and we had a great time. And, of course, here we are working on 47 years of marriage, and we're still going on date nights, okay? It's one of the reasons we're working on 47 years. Small habits are life-changing. Date night is a small habit, and it means I get to live a life with one of the most amazing people on this planet because, one, she knows I care about her. Guys, I know I've taken a little bit longer today. I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Help me help people. Would you please help me help people? And the best way I could do that is to help you. So my whole thing is helping people help themselves and then others. Helping people help themselves and others. Hey, I see Jules Falcone is out there. Jules, the man himself. I tell you what, Jules, you and I, man, we have so many great memories. And I just want to tell you, thank you for showing up on the Facebook Live this morning. The other thing I want to say, guys, is, of course, helping people help themselves and others. And the big thing is be successful and be around those that are successful. One of the reasons I am who I am is because I learned from people like Jules, okay? And so many other people out there. Because Jules and I sat in the very first mastermind group that this industry produced. And we shared so much with each other. And, 80% of everything we were both doing. But that other 20%, wow, we just kicked it up whole new levels. Jules, love you. Tell your amazing wife I said hi as well. All right. Hey, guys, be successful and be around those that are successful because the more money we make, the more people we can help. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk with you again soon. Hopefully some of you tonight on the call. Hey, have a great day. Bye-bye.